What is going on, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Our Brains Hurts. Thank you so much for listening, for tuning in, for streaming, for downloading, however you listen, however you're here. Thank you very much for doing it. Now, let's get to the show.
Well, they needed a jingle for their stupid little show, so they called up the Jasons and we said, fuck no. Then they called us again and they gave us $20 and we wrote them a song that said, your podcast sucks. Then they gave us more money and they asked us really nice and we finally gave in and we said, alright, I'll write you a song, but it's gonna be a clone of a Screeching Weasel song that we heard a while ago. So we wrote them a jingle and it sounded really rad. It was the best little jingle that their podcast ever had, but the file got corrupted and the email didn't work. Now they're stuck without a jingle singing Our Brains Hurt. Our brains hurt, our brains hurt, our brains hurt. Our brains hurt, our brains hurt, our brains hurt. Our brains hurt, our brains hurt, our brains hurt. Our brains hurt, our brains hurt, our brains hurt. In a very non-copyright infringing sort of way.
Oh, Oz.
I got it. So this is, I think, the first time I've been on 2 consecutive weeks, back-to-back weeks.
Yeah.
So last week it was just kind of a discussion of like 80s shit because that's really what I've been into lately and just been, I think I've had a lot to talk about with it. And at the end of last week, Matt gave us all a movie recommendation.
It did.
For
Oh, and I remember the segue now.
Go for it.
Yeah, because you said, punk rock shit. And I was like, yeah, okay, speaking of punk rock shit, I actually have a suggestion for the next movie we should all watch going into the 3rd episode of this. Being that this is episode 2 of the, which we'll just call Trash Juice at this point.
Yeah.
Because we're watching trash and we're going to get juicy about it. So this is now Our Brains Hurt presents Trash Juice with Oz.
Fresh squeezed, by the way.
Yeah. which is like a name I've always wanted to use for a punk band, but hey,
Yeah.
we'll just use it for a segment on this show. Maybe it'll be a punk band. I was
There you
looking
go.
through my old punk band names, speaking of that, and I remember from the Teenage Bottle Rocket show at the Autobar, Ron?
Yeah,
We saw 2 rats fighting in the parking lot.
that's right.
And so I wrote down on my list of future band names, Rat Fight.
Hell yeah.
That
Yeah.
might be a thing.
Yeah.
And then one of the rats pulled out a Glock and shot the other one in the face. It was nuts.
Yeah, because it's Baltimore.
Yeah.
Yeah. that's how
Like
they
a
do.
regular size Glock, not a rat size Glock. He was holding that shit up like a motherfucker.
I mean, those rats were pretty big.
They were.
I did see them from all the way across the parking lot.
Master Splinter's like, fuck that shit. Bam.
Rat Fight.
Rat fight.
Anyways, we'll talk about the next movie in a little bit, but the segue into tonight, which was we all sat down and watched the wonderful 80s movie Summer School.
Summer school.
It is a fantastic movie, by the way. I did not think it was going to be that good. I've watched it 4 times.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love Summer School, and I don't know why it wasn't more popular back then.
What year did it? I'm looking it up right now. Hang on.
87.
It's 87.
Yeah. They used to play it on Comedy Central during the daytime sometimes.
All the time. Yeah.
Yeah. And I guess it wasn't a more popular movie because it had the like horror aspect to it.
That's one of the best parts.
I agreed. I lived when I was a kid, man. I lived for the part towards the end when he brings the redheaded lady teacher in to try to get
Yeah.
the replacement teacher. Yeah. And they play the prank on her. I used to live for that shit when I was a kid.
Matt, Chainsaw reminded me a lot of a young you.
That's hilarious. Yeah, that's fair.
I also love the fact that his parents called him Chainsaw.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hilarious. Yeah. Yeah, I think the reason it wasn't big at the time is because when it came to those movies, like John Hughes was the shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And all of his movies were packed with superstars, basically.
Well, Summer School actually has some people that went on to be some pretty
Kirstie
big names.
Alley.
In Christy Alley. Oh, I mean, even the main dude in the movie, which I can't think of his name.
Mark Harmon.
Yeah, Mark Harmon. He was in a ton of shit. I mean,
Yeah.
he's in like one of the longest standing NCIS shows like ever.
Yeah, he's Gibbs.
Yeah, and he was also in that one HBO show in like the 90s for like a long time. I can't think of the name of it for some reason. But he was the lead in that. But even some of the kids in the classroom, like Courtney Thorne Smith is one of them. She was in a ton of things.
Yeah.
They've all gone on to do like a lot of other things and for long periods of time after that movie too.
Yeah, and the other chick that was the student who's like she's like Latina kind of. She's been in a ton of things.
Denise.
Yeah,
Denise. The girl plays Denise. I don't know what the actress's name is, but
yeah, but she's been in a ton of stuff, and like the lead in a ton of stuff too. And the guy who's always asleep for like the first half of the movie because he's
Larry.
like stripping. Yeah,
Larry.
Yeah, because he's like stripping at night.
Yeah.
He's been in a ton of stuff too. Yeah.
A handful of those characters actually went on to be in Cheers, like the show Cheers.
Yeah.
Kirstie Alley was Shelley Long's replacement, like starting in the 6th season, and she stayed through till the end. The judge, the judge is actually a judge in Cheers.
Yep.
Towards the halfway through the 5th season, and then the foreign exchange student appears as a guest star as a maid in like a later episode. It was cracking me up because I'm like, where have I seen these people before? And it's like, oh, that's the judge from this episode, and that's the maid from this episode.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we're just gonna go ahead and say that Summer School and Cheers exist in the same universe.
Yes.
And that's what Kirstie Alley was doing before she went onto the show.
Well, she's like she is like the same character in Summer School as she is in Cheers. Like same.
Yep. I'm telling you.
What's crazy is that her character's name is Robin. In the show Cheers, she has a long on again, off again relationship with a guy named Robin. And then the guy who plays, he's not the principal, but the one, like the vice principal who's Phil Gills. His first name is actually Robin.
Oh yeah, Robin Thomas. Yeah.
Yeah.
Weird
shit.
Well, we do live in a simulation, so it all makes sense.
Mm-hmm. It's the same universe, but here's what happened. Some shit went down at the school. The vice principal guy who was her like ex-boyfriend now, who's a dick to the main dude. He does some fucked up shit at some point in time. Like with the mob or something, and Kirstie Alley like rats him out, so she goes into witness protection. And they send her to Boston. They send her to Boston and give her a new identity and find her a job at this little bar where everybody knows your name.
Oh shit, Matt, this lines up because in Cheers, her character is from San Diego.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm telling you. It's in the same universe. Kirstie Alley went into the witness. Where was almost the farthest place away in the country that she could get sent from San Diego? Boston.
Okay, here's more proof adding to your story. You ready for this?
Uh-huh.
Let's hear it.
Okay, Kirstie Alley was in summer school in 1987. Her first episode of Cheers, 1987.
Yeah,
oh,
see?
No!
Look.
Bam.
It's come full circle.
Bam.
Cheers started in 82. She didn't show up until 87.
She got put into witness relocation. This is real. I'm telling you. Same universe.
And all the
We're
times,
on to you, master of the simulation. We are on to you.
And all the times that she turns down Sam and Cheers, she's long going to be back with Fred Shoup.
Yeah, because
in Oceanside, California.
Yep, that's right. Because Ted Danson, similar looking but less good looking.
Yep.
Boom.
Hey guys, Trev from the Struggling Artist Podcast, and I want to talk to you real quick about Struggling Artist Record Club. The Struggling Artist Record Club is a vinyl record subscription service where I hunt and curate the best punk and punk adjacent music out there and mail their record to your door each and every month. Imagine finding your new favorite band from across the country without ever having to leave the house. It doesn't get much better than that. The excitement of discovering new music just got that much easier. As a member of the Struggling Artist Record Club, you are going to receive some of the best music you've ever heard from bands you may never even heard of. Whether you've been collecting records for years or just starting out, the Struggling Artist Record Club is designed specifically for you. And right now, all new members get a Struggling Artist Record Club exclusive along with the monthly selection. So head to StrugglingArtistRecordClub.com, pick a membership, and start building that collection today.
I did not think this was going to go in this direction tonight. I dig it. I dig the hell out of it. Oh, by the way, his house, Shoop's house in that movie is fucking bitching.
Yeah.
On the beach.
Yeah.
That property probably goes for like 10 mil these days, probably more.
Yeah, forget about it. Yeah.
What about? See if you can find out. Grant, I'm on my phone, or I would do it myself right now. I'm doing the podcast on my phone. See if you can find out if Courtney Thorne Smith, who is the one surfer chick student in there,
Yeah.
ever made an appearance on Cheers.
Oh.
Because she may have. She was in Melrose Place. I know that. And then there was some other
It's
show.
not on her IMDb.
No, she was in
No, she
Lucas,
didn't.
Fast Times, Revenge of the Nerds. Same
She
year.
was in that Carrot Top movie, Chairman of the Board.
Yeah, that's one of the best Norm Macdonald clips ever from Conan O'Brien. Did you ever see that?
Yeah, where he's sitting next to her.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and he was like, he's like, I bet you they spell bored BORED. And Conan just loses his shit and they go to commercial. It's so funny.
Yeah. She was also in some other show that was like really popular after all that stuff, and I can't think of what it was. It was like Everybody Loves Raymond or something like that. I don't think it was exactly that show, but it was like that era.
Oh, she was on the Norm show.
Ally McBeal.
Oh yeah, Ally McBeal. That's right. She was on Ally McBeal. What was the other one you said, Ron?
The Norm show with Norm Macdonald.
Oh yeah.
She was
Yeah,
on one
was.
episode. Let's see. She
Robot Chicken, Sorority Wars.
There's some.
Day by Day, LA Law.
There was some more newer show that she was like one of the main people on. Maybe. I wish.
According to Jim.
Yes, yeah,
Yeah,
that's the one.
according to Jim.
Well,
She was
that's one
on
of them,
51
at least.
episodes of 2.5 Men.
Yeah,
Yeah, according to
another one.
Jim, she was on 182 episodes of According to Jim.
yeah, that was one of them. Yeah, according to Jim.
Yeah.
Yeah, her and Jim Belushi, right?
Yeah. Chairman of the board. It's so funny.
Yeah. That movie is ridiculous.
I don't think I ever saw it.
I saw it more times than any human being should ever have to watch that movie.
I think more than once would be more time. I think if you could say, I'm surprised you had an S on the end of time.
Yeah.
Describe how many times you saw that movie.
That was another movie they used to play on Comedy Central all the time.
Is
And,
it? So maybe I have seen it.
Yeah, you probably have.
Wait, sorry, which movie was that?
Chairman of the Board, the Carrot Top movie.
Yeah.
It's a cinematic masterpiece.
Yeah, there's a lot of people in that movie.
There is a lot of people in that
Larry
movie.
Miller, Raquel Welch, Emmett Walsh.
Yeah. Yeah, it was supposed to be this big deal,
And
but it wasn't.
no, it wasn't, but it could have. I'm wondering if that could have somehow done better, because the reviews are, it's like, what was it? Rotten Tomatoes had like 50, it's like 52, and like audience score is like 57.
It's the
There's
worst
like a-
rated thing on her IMDb by far. Like it's got 2.3 stars, and
Wow.
her
Damn.
second worst thing is like 5.7.
It's got 2.3.
2.3 on
Ooh.
IMDb. And I think that's out of 10.
I
Yeah, it's
don't
out
even,
of 10.
I don't even think the movies I was in are that low.
What is that
That-
movie about? Is he's like he wakes up and he's like the CEO of a company or some shit?
Yeah, I think he like inherits it or something like
Oh,
that, if
okay.
I remember correctly. And like she's like she's like the love interest of the movie.
Yeah, I'm watching the trailer with no sound, and it's the zaniest looking thing I've ever seen in my life.
But then when you watch it, it's not even really that zany. Wow, it really only has a 2.3.
Yeah.
I thought it would be
I think-
higher than that.
Yeah, people just hate on it to hate on it, I think. But
I
And
don't,
that's 6.6 thousand reviews. 2.3 stars.
No, because I think it's definitely underrated because I had some legit laughs from watching that. Just some of the stuff that they do is pretty brilliant.
in
Summer School.
Summer School, yeah. Oh yeah. No, Summer School was a great movie, man. Like, it's the
Summer
80s
School has
and-
6.6 stars.
yeah, because
Yeah.
it's good.
Okay, that's all right. That's better.
Yeah, that's a decent score on IMDb. I would say like most. That's
Yeah,
like
the 2.3 I was talking, that was chairman of the board. Not
Okay,
Summer
Yeah.
okay. I was like 2.3. I was
Yeah.
like
No,
chairman
no.
of the board. That makes a little bit more sense.
yeah, not Summer School. Summer School 6.6 is like I want to say like a little bit above average for
Yes,
IMDb.
it seems like it from what I'm seeing, it seems like the average is like right around like 6.2, 6.3, something like that.
Yeah, it's like a tiny bit above average. And rightfully so. The movie has stood the test of time. I enjoyed every second of it as much as I ever did when I was a kid and watching it. It's been years since I've watched it.
Now, good call on that one. I was just like, I was like, I wasn't even that far into it. I'm like, this is pretty fucking good.
Yeah, I mean, there's the direction and some of the cuts and the edits or whatever could be a little bit better at times, but like it definitely wasn't one of those 80s movies where you haven't watched it in forever and you sit down to watch it and try to relive some younger years and you're like, oh my god, this is terrible.
Yeah,
Why
like,
did
what
I
the
like
fuck was
this
I
when I was
thinking?
younger? Yeah. It wasn't one of those movies.
No, it wasn't.
Wow, this is every bit as good as I remember it.
Well, and what I found interesting is that show or that movie could have been, I think, it's like a small limited series because the characters have enough charm and there's enough depth in them where you could be like, what? These are pretty fucking well-rounded characters for as little as they're on screen. So you get the one dude who went to the bathroom and disappeared for 6 weeks. What the fuck was he doing?
Yeah. That's like there's the two best one-liners in the movie, and one of them's at the end about the guy that was in the bathroom for 6 weeks. He's like, he tells the one dude that he's like, you got an 82, and he's like, oh, my pass is that the highest grade in the class? He's like, well, no, the guy who was in the bathroom for 6 weeks got a 91, but he's like, but close enough.
That's awesome.
I don't think they give out his original score though.
Who, the guy that was in the bathroom?
The guy was in the
No, they
bathroom.
did. They definitely did. But he was in the bathroom for the entire movie, and he got a 91. He was the best, the best score in the class.
And yeah, not every all those kids didn't need to be in summer school. Like Chainsaw and Dave, they could have.
Yeah.
They could have. I don't know what the fuck they were doing. It's like at that point, why the
They
fuck
should have
aren't
been
you?
making movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why the fuck aren't you interning with Hollywood? God damn.
Yeah.
That was the other good one-liner of the movie is when they decided to negotiate, and he's like, all right, I'll give or the nerd guy comes up with
Eker.
a thing. He's like, you give us each one wish, and we'll like try to do well at school for you. And so he starts giving everybody their one lit wish, and like Dave and Chainsaw walk forward, and Dave's like, he's like, well, there's two of us, so we get two. He's like, okay.
Well, was this fucking kid like Eaker wasn't the one who was making the deal or trying to negotiate? Like, shouldn't he have been on the debate team or something? God damn! Like, I'm
Yeah.
like, this kid's pretty fucking well spoken. I mean, yeah, it's clearly an actor, but for a high schooler, I didn't know anybody that was that well spoken.
Yeah.
He must have just been lazy.
Maybe I was lazy as hell.
'Cause he's-
Slept most.
Yeah. He's clearly the best student in the class.
It was also one of the few that actually took place on the West Coast. I mean, where was Fast Times? Where was that supposed to be? Was that California?
I think so.
Was it?
I'm pretty
Okay.
sure. I'm pretty sure. But
And License
do
to
kn-
Drive, was that also California? Or was that 90s License to Drive?
License to Drive may have been
Let me look that up.
it was I think it's Malibu.
That's still California.
Yeah. It's either that or it's Florida. It's one of the two. Might be Florida though. Might be Miami. Another while you guys are looking that stuff up, another great school movie that was more recent, I think 2005, that I really, really love now because of my love for summer school is that movie Accepted.
I never saw
Oh,
that.
oh, dude, I was gonna say it's a great movie, but there's
Yeah.
a plot. There's a line, and there's a line that it turns into the plot line of Accepted later. It's where he's in it's at the beginning of the movie. He's in the gym, and he's like the line where Shoop says, "Who better than to grade the students than the progress of the students than the student themselves?" That would basically be the plot for Accepted.
Yeah, Accepted. Yeah. I love that movie. Ron, you never saw it?
No, I never saw that.
Oh, you should definitely watch Accepted. It's not like a masterpiece by any means,
No.
but it's a
Hmm.
whoever wrote that movie clearly has some issues with the educational system in this country.
Yeah.
and they're quite intelligent about it. And
Okay, cool.
the whole entire movie is a play on how like human beings work differently, and you can't force square
Yeah.
pegs into round holes.
Mm.
And I really love that because
Yeah.
I fall into that category of not being able to learn in the inside the box
Right.
realm that exists within the public school system.
Yeah.
It's extremely fucking boring, and
Oh, it's horrible. Yeah.
yeah. And that movie is if you are a person that understands that movie is very alluring.
Yeah.
Also, Lewis Black is in that movie
He's the dean. It's fucking
parts,
awesome.
and it's amazing. Yeah.
See, that sounds
Justin
familiar
Long-
to me. But
Huh? Yeah. Justin Long's in it. You know who he
yeah,
is?
Jonah Hill. Yeah, Justin Long from Jeepers Creepers, one of the most
Yeah.
underrated horror movies of all time, I think.
Correct. Yeah, the first one.
The first
the second
one,
the second one's good too. Don't watch anyone's after that.
Yeah.
They're fucking horrible. But the
No,
first,
that
the second
first
one, are
one,
great.
yeah, that first one is. I think it's possibly the most underrated horror movie of all time.
It might be. It's a great
Yeah.
movie. It really is a great movie. We had Justin Long, Jonah Hill, Blake Lively, Lewis Black, and a whole bunch of other people. Great flick. Accepted.
Yeah.
You should watch it.
Okay, I
Yeah,
will.
Definitely entertaining and worth a watch for sure.
yeah. I've watched that movie many times. That's definitely like a go-to happy flick for me. Then if like I need to sit down and I'm like, I just want to put something on
Yeah.
that I know that I love. That's in the back of my head. That one.
Yeah, I was looking at. Yeah, so License to Drive, it just says Southern California.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, the one I got says Los Angeles, which is Southern California. So yeah. Same difference.
One movie that I used to love in the 80s that I haven't seen since the 80s and would love to see it again is Rad. Remember that movie with
Oh,
the
yeah.
bikes?
Yep.
Yeah. I was obsessed with that fucking movie when I was a kid.
Yeah.
My brother and I used to rent it from Blockbuster all the time or from the
Oh,
local video stores all the time.
I think this is another choice for a movie we should all watch. Have
Yeah.
you, Oz? Have you seen Rad?
I have not, but this
Oh, Oh
looks
yeah.
this embodies everything of the 80s and
Yes.
early 90s.
And
Oh
if
my
you're ever a
God.
BMX fan, there's definitely some pretty
Dude,
kick-ass BMX stuff in
this
that
fucking
movie.
cover looks like it should be the cover of a Nintendo game. For
Yeah.
real.
Yes. Yes.
Holy shit, this looks
I
amazing.
always remember the end of the BMX course at the end of the movie, Ron, when he goes in like it's like the big bowl with the spoon coming
Yeah.
out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I honestly haven't seen that one since I watched it as a kid. So it would be interesting to watch that.
Yeah, I think the last time I watched it was in the late 90s.
Okay. Yeah, right.
But that's another movie that, yeah, we should do this again with that movie. And the other movie that I was going to suggest that we need to do this with, since it is a punk rock movie, it's not from the 80s, it's from the 90s, but it plays like an 80s movie. And that is Glory Days. Have you ever seen Glory Days, Ron?
I have not.
I'm surprised you have not seen it.
I don't think I've seen it. I may look it up.
Because it is 96 maybe 95,
Glory Days.
but it's like an early movie for there's a bunch of big name people in it who weren't big names at the time. It's like Ben Affleck, Sam Rockwell, Matthew McConaughey, John Rice Davies, French Stewart, Alyssa Milano. And the soundtrack was amazing. Like Kung Fu Records did the soundtrack. The
Oh,
soundtrack
shit.
is like, yeah, the soundtrack is like the Vandals, like a whole bunch of. I actually have the soundtrack on CD.
Wait, what is it from? I'm not seeing it on
Like the-
IMDb.
Mid 90s. Glory. Oh, Days is spelled Daze.
Oh, okay.
Glory Days.
Looks like 95. Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah, 95.
It's the Animal House for the 90s.
Yeah.
Sure is.
Not as good as Animal House, but
Wow, yeah, I've never seen this. Wow.
yeah, you should watch it. There's a lot of punk rock songs in the movie.
Nice.
It'll take you back to your college days for sure.
Cool.
But yeah, that's another one we should watch and talk about. And it's like a ton of people who went on to be famous. Shit, because it was like this. I think it's the same year as Dazed and Confused. So like Matthew McConaughey was like a nobody. He's just like a bit cameo. He plays like this used car salesman. He's in the movie for like 2 seconds.
Yeah, it says
Yeah.
rental truck guy.
Yeah, like Ben Affleck and yeah, exactly. Ben Affleck and like Sam Rockwell. Well, Ben Affleck, Sam Rockwell, French Stewart, and then there's these other two guys who I've never seen in anything else, a black dude and an Asian dude. The Asian dude's name is Slosh. And he's like the best character in the movie, but they're all like the leads or whatever.
There was also a TV series. It ran for like a year.
Yeah, of the same name with
Yeah.
spelled with the Z as well. Yeah,
Oh wow.
totally unrelated though.
Oh, Alyssa Milano's in it too.
She is, and I think if I'm not mistaken, I think Jack Black and Kyle Gass, Tenacious D might actually make an appearance in that movie for like I think I could be wrong on that. I might just be thinking about when they pop up in Biodome, but they may. Because there's some other cameos in that movie too.
Oh wow, yeah. Listen to this. This is with music by No Effects, Mr. T Experience, Bouncing Souls, Tilt, New Bomb
Yep.
Turks, Assorted Jelly Beans, Hepcat, Sublime. Original score by the Vandals.
Yeah,
Nice.
and actually, the Vandals are in the movie. I think Tilt is in the movie as well.
I love me some Tilt. That's awesome.
Warren Fitzgerald is definitely in the movie. The guitarist from the Vandals, he's definitely in there. I remember that. But yeah, I haven't watched that movie in forever.
Yeah, I'm excited to watch this.
Yeah, there's like this whole thing. Ben Affleck has this whole thing with the dead Kennedys, the button, the too drunk to fuck button.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm really surprised, Ron, that you actually haven't seen that movie.
Yeah, I have not.
That shit was like a staple in the household that me and my friends all used to
Yeah.
hang out in high school and shit. Yeah. We used to watch that and Dazed and Confused. What was another one? Oh, American Graffiti. For whatever reason, we watched that movie like 1,000 fucking times.
Yeah, we
But it's a-
watched Dazed and Confused a lot. We did a lot. We watched Mallrats a lot.
Oh,
Mallrats
yeah.
is good.
Yeah. Fuck, I want to watch Glory Days now. I may put it on after we get off.
There you go.
What were your
We should do
highlights?
go ahead.
Go. Oh, no, I was gonna say, what did you guys have a favorite part of the movie? Summer school.
What I mean, like I said before, it's always that the part towards the
Yeah.
end where they play the prank on the new teacher who's coming in.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
that's classic. Yeah, I would
Yeah.
go with that as well. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the best part of the movie.
Yeah.
The shout out to the Monty Python that they do with the white rabbits is great too. When they go to the petting zoo. Yeah.
Yeah. Like one of the highlights for me that kind of comes full circle is that the dog loses its toy. It's like it loves the head of that doll, like the of the
Yeah.
doll, like a ball. And that one, like after she was like, "Fuck this! I'm just gonna lay out, eat Dreyer's ice cream, and just sleep." He throws the head in the ocean, and it washes away the tide. And the dog is so fucking depressed. But like in that last moment at the end of the movie, the fucking head washes back ashore.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
And then he's like making out with Kirstie Alley on the beach at the very end of the movie, and then the dog joins in too.
And then he kisses the dog.
Yeah.
Right before she left for Boston.
Yep.
There's some of these the things that go on in that movie where if you're not really paying attention, it's easy to overlook. Where the part like they're having lunch and he's eating fucking pumpkin pie with a spoon.
Yeah.
Like what moment it pans, like he's just kind of holding it, and then the next moment camera pans at an angle, and you see like there's nothing left. He devoured the entire fucking thing with the spoon. This guy is fucking awesome.
Good old summer school. God, it was fun revisiting that movie.
Yeah.
It had been a minute for sure.
Yeah, I think I'd seen it. Like I said, like I do a lot of like background TV watching while I'm at work.
Yeah.
Like I just have AMC on all the time, and I've definitely seen it within the past year or so. It'll come up every now and then, but it's always a treat when it does.
Movie's pushing 40 years old, so it's been a minute.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy to think
Jesus
about.
Christ.
What's the kind of Latino chick in the movie? What's her name in real life? Because there's a movie that she's the lead in that's like on the tip of my tongue. Because she's the lead in it's a more recent movie, and I always used to call her not Halle Berry. Because she kind of looks similar in the face to Halle Berry.
Fabiana Udenyo.
Yeah, probably.
That's the I think that's the
Oh,
foreign
no,
exchange
that's-
student.
Oh, that's foreign exchange. Yeah.
Kelly Jo Minter.
Yeah. What? There's a movie that's
yeah.
like, there's a movie that I think Jimmy Smits is in it, where she's like, gets involved with like some cult or something. I don't know if I want to call it a horror movie. It's more like a thriller, but
He's
it's
in
like
Lost
kind of
Boys.
also. Is she in Lost Boys?
Yeah, she plays Maria.
Yeah, she's what's his name? Jason Patrick's girlfriend.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's the main girlfriend. That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
See,
She hasn't done
Popcorn,
much.
Cat Chaser, Doc Hollywood, People Under the Stars, Miracle Mile.
Is there anything more recent, like early
No, her
2000s?
She was in one episode of Zoe 101 in 2008. I was looking at Lost Boys: The Lost Scenes. That's
Oh,
why
yeah,
I
don't
thought
do
she
that.
hasn't done anything since Lost Boys, but that was 2004. Banged Out.
Nope.
It doesn't sound.
So she's in porn then. So she's in porn now. Got it.
Banged out. That's hilarious.
She was in
Do they-
one of the Nightmare on Elm Street movies. The
Oh
Dream,
yes, yes, she is.
the Dream Warriors.
Yes,
Oh, the
Yep.
Dream Child. Never mind. It's
yeah,
the fifth one.
that's a good one.
Let's see.
Banged out. Do you think like
She
after
was
they
in
chose
Banged
the
Out
name?
and she was in Tapped Out.
Oh, I remember Tapped Out. Do-
Getting
do
the
you think-
kinks out. Ooh.
Do you think at the premiere for Banged Out that the producer and the director were like sitting there, and then like the title came up, and they were like, "Oh, guys, I think we made a mistake. Why? How did we not see this?"
Yes. A lot of guys showing up to our movie alone with long trench coats on. She was also in a movie 2 years after that called Finger Blasted. I'm just kidding.
Or what was the name of the one that you cut the tape to?
Oh, that was Butt Slammers 12.
But Slayer 12, yes. I'm-
Oh, I'm glad they came up because when you were talking about that, I actually did a search. There's 21 of those fucking movies.
Are there really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Butt Slam. Yes.
yeah, so you were right there in the middle, Ron.
I was.
Yeah. You hit peak climax, and that's not even a pun.
I heard it was all downhill after 12.
Yeah. Well,
I'm looking that shit up right now. Butt Slammers.
it's all downhill is caves. There's a joke there.
Butt Slammers. But for some reason, Butt Slammers 3 came up, and it's Butt Slammers 3: The Ultimate Dream. They actually have names.
Yeah, they do.
Oh, do they all have different names? Oh,
Yeah, they
please.
do.
Let's see. 2 was
They'll get really inventive with these things. Like it'll be like
They
butt
try.
slammers. Yeah, butt slammers 17, the sea of verisimilitude.
Ooh,
looks like the
Butt Slammers 12 was called Anal Madness.
2 was called The Awakening of Felicia.
The
Yeah, it was
waking
that
of
anal
Felicia.
madness that made me cut that tape, man. Okay, so here we go, dude. I'm not seeing. Okay, I'm in this database with all of them,
Same.
and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and 6 don't have names. But Butt Slammer 7 is Butt Slammer 7: Innocent Decadence. Butt Slammers 8: The Ultimate Invasion, which is the greatest name for. That's magical. That's how good that is. Butt Slammers 9: Fade to Anal. Butt Slammers 10: Lust on the Internet. Not as good, and then Butt Slammers 12. My personal favorite, Anal Madness. Let's see.
Did you miss 11? I feel like you missed 11.
11 wasn't named on this.
Oh,
So 11 wasn't named, and then 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, no names, and then we get Butt Slammers 18, Uptight
Well-
Butts.
Wait, 2
Well-
through 6 have names. You have to zoom in on the image.
Oh, okay.
3 is The Ultimate Break. 4 is Down and Dirty.
that sounds 3 sounds messier than 4 does.
5
Yes.
is Quake, Rattle, and Roll.
Butt slammers 5, Quake, rattle,
This-
and roll.
Of the first 5 or 6, this one might be my favorite. Over the Edge.
Wait, that's 5 or 6?
That's
That was
6.
6. Quake, Rattle, and Roll is hilarious.
All the ones in the teens, they gotta have names.
A
Let's
few
see.
of them do, but 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 do not, at least from what it looks like.
Well, since we're here, these movies need names.
Actually, they do. You have to kind of zoom in on the GIF of the cover because
Yeah. I'm
some of them
trying
are really small.
Okay. Okay, so Butt Slammers 11 is All right. I'm gonna say it the whole name. Ready? Butt Slammers 11. Asshole to asshole. Something for everybody.
Nuh-uh.
Yes.
Well, this kind of knocks off one of my ideas I had for a show is go through and read the hilarious names of some pornos.
Or if you make regular movie titles into pornos, that's always fun. My friend and I used to do that when we were in Chinese class in the Navy. Of course, making great use of our language learning experience. Whenever we would get bored, we would sit next to each other, and he would have this sheet of paper, and he would just write like a well-known movie, but translated into like a name of a porno. And he would slide it over to me, and I would do one and slide it back. And one day I wrote, I changed Chitty Chitty Bang Bang to Titty Titty Gang Bang, and I slid it across to him, and he had to walk out of class. He was laughing so hard. Titty Titty Gang Bang.
There's some movies where you wouldn't even have to change the name.
Yeah, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang being one of them. But
Yeah. Or like
that's
you just have to change the way you say it, like Big Daddy. You know the Adam Sandler movie?
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, that's just an Adam Sandler movie, but if you say it like Big Daddy, then it's a porn.
That's awesome.
Oh my god.
There's also a lot. There's also like the Butt Slammers have like a line or two of descriptions of every one of them. Butt
Wow.
Slammers 1 is just an all-girl slut fest. Butt Slammers 2, another all-girl slut fest.
Real original there.
I guess they're just using toys or something, right? Because
Yeah, and then this one, Butt Slammers 3 is dildos, lube, oil, assholes, pussies, and 8 gorgeous women. The most fabulous recipe ever created for a slut fest. If this movie doesn't wear you out, then I'll send flowers because you must be dead.
As you read the descriptions, it seems like they try to get more inventive with them, and it shows because they're fucking terrible.
Yeah.
that is quite the tagline, though.
Yes.
Yeah. What year did they start?
93.
Oh wow, this is going back.
Yeah. So the
What
first
year
4 were from 93.
Oh, all in the same year.
Yeah. They were slamming some butts in 93. Well, actually, all right, 94 is 5, 6, 7, 8. 5, 6, 7, and 8. And then 95 is 9 and 10. Fade to Anal, Lust on the Internet. Only those 2 in 95.
Fade to anal. Somebody was listening to Metallica a lot. In
Yeah.
95.
And then Butt Slammers 11, Asshole to Asshole, Something for Everybody, 96. Butt Slammers 12, Anal Madness. That was mine. That's also 96.
Then people still be hating on the 90s.
Yeah.
Well, the 21st one goes back as late as 2002.
Oh. We made it to the turn of the century.
You know what? Butt Slammers 14 is named Trippin' the Ass Fantastic.
Nuh-uh.
Yes. Dude, I'm not nearly clever enough to make these things up.
He's not lying. I'm looking right at it.
What do we got with the rest of 15, 16?
Butt Slammers 15, Unrelenting Anal Lust. Butt Slammers 16,
Rock and roll. I can't tell that. I can't see what that
Rock and
says.
Roll Booty Girls. Hell yeah. That's all right. 17, Butts, and more butts.
Yeah.
That's what I want my tombstone to say. Ron Sacoccio, 1977
Butts,
to
and more
whenever.
butts.
Butts, and more butts. Butt Slammers 18 is Uptight Butts.
Oh, we must be getting close to the year 2000 at that point.
Butt Slammers 20, 20 girl anal anal slut fest. Oh, 20 girl anal slut fest orgy.
That's just what it's called.
Yeah.
Wait, they left at 19.
Oh wait, did I?
No, it's not here.
Oh, there is no 19. Oh man.
Oh,
That was
my.
that
Oh,
was
man.
why something with Y2K happened there. But it was like KY2K. Please tell me that there's a porn called KY2K.
Probably.
There has to be.
All right. Well, I'm resigning from my job tomorrow, and I'm going on a quest for Butt Slammers 19.
This must be found.
Empty butts. That's what it's called until I find it.
It must be found at all costs.
Oh wait, I think
No,
Oh.
it exists.
I found it.
Apparently, this one's called Roaring Start. Rip Roaring Start.
Rip roaring start.
Yeah. Somebody actually made a VHS rip of this. Wow.
Rip roaring start.
Ugh. Good God.
You know what that means, don't you?
Makes sense. The guy who was creating these, the producer, Bruce Seven, he died in 2000.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, there it is.
There you go.
I was just gonna make a joke and be like, he must have died. He did.
He did.
Poor
Yeah.
Poor guy.
Created 200 films. Wow.
The world lost a true visionary.
Guys, I think it's time for a 22. Butt Slammers 22.
But I already have the name.
What is it?
The Sea of Verisimilitude. I told you earlier.
Man, I was living with my grandparents at that time too. Imagine if my grandmother would have found that shit.
Oh, you would have definitely gotten wooden spooned.
Oh, for sure. Dude, she freaked out when she saw my queer shirt because it said fuck you on it. It was like the Queers All-Stars. She like freaked. She was doing my laundry one day. She comes upstairs like screaming, like, how could you wear this? I'm like, God damn it. I was like, hopefully you don't see my Butt Slammers 12 in the underwear drawer when you're putting my clothes on.
I think it would have been awesome if you actually had the entire series like in a like as a showpiece in some place, probably like just that's visible like to any
Yeah.
just ease of access to anywhere in your house, like your living
Oh,
room
yeah.
or something.
Like all 21 in a
All
plastic
21,
case,
yeah,
mint condition.
yeah, mint condition, like the extended cut, like
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, you got like the display case in the basement with all the Star Wars toys, and then next to it, it's all the
Yeah.
butt slammers.
I'm a collector. They're all rated
Yeah.
by like, baseball card grade.
Yeah,
I got Butt Slammers 12 at a 9.2.
yeah, 9.2 NM. That's near mint.
That's 1.5 or less specks of cum on the cover.
Yeah. Butt Slammers 1, it's real hard to find in near mint condition.
Bet you it
Almost
is.
no one owns one.
If you get a Butt Slammers 1 factory seal, that's like winning the lottery.
Yeah.
You could send your kids to college with that thing.
Not like a good college, but
No, not a
college
good college.
nonetheless.
Community
Community college. Yeah.
And associates. You get associates.
Yeah.
Nova, where the N stands for knowledge. That was a real commercial.
Never-
That's so funny.
Never say that porn never got anything for anyone.
Exactly. Man, remember Oz, you're probably too young for this, but having to like go buy porn
Yeah.
or like borrow it from, you know what I mean? Like there was no like,
Borrowing
it
it.
was never
Hey,
easy
man.
access. Like,
Hey man, you still got that the butt slammers 12. You still got that? you hook a brother out for like a week.
yeah, that's what it was like. I got it. Now it's gonna skip halfway through this scene, just for a second though. That's where I taped it. And
No, by the time I was cognizant, it was kind of just center stage, like in what is it, Sunset Video?
Yeah.
They had a whole section of it. It was always funny as hell to go look.
Yeah. The section. Yeah. Yeah.
But I kind of didn't have to. So what was funny is that I worked at GameStop. Well, that's part of the fun. That's part of why it's funny. I worked at GameStop for 5 or 6 years between my sophomore year in high school and to a little bit when I was in college. And at one point, we took DVDs for trade,
Nice.
which was awesome because you might have like something brand new that just came out and somebody would buy it, watch it, and trade in, so you could get it for like a $20 movie for $5 was amazing. But occasionally we had one like you'd have people bring in porn, and there wasn't like a SKU for it. There wasn't like a serial number for it. So we'd give like a generic amount, and then the trading value was like $1 or something like that. And we'd always sell it for, well, it was I think actually no, because we would sell it for $1, so it was like probably 25 or 50 cents depending.
Yeah.
But I remember one time specifically, some dude owned the entire Girls Gone Wild collection
Nice.
up to that year and traded the entire thing in.
Wow.
He's like, I'm done with this. We're gonna pass this on to some new fresh hands.
Yeah.
It was a tremendous source of entertainment because I would always look to see who would buy them.
Yeah.
And then somebody else I think actually bought every single one he had traded in not that much later.
So GameStop sold porn?
Sure.
For a little while, at least.
That's funny.
They wouldn't say that.
Yeah. That's hilarious.
But they did.
The only physical porn that I still own is the DVD of One Night in Paris, the Paris Hilton porn. I bought that when I was in Hawaii, which would have been like 2002 or 3. And I still have it up in my closet. It's just sitting there. I haven't watched it in 20 years, but
it's still there.
I have the DVD of the Paris Hilton porn. I was obsessed with Paris Hilton way back in the day.
That was like the sex tape.
Yeah.
That one or the Pam and Tommy Lee one. Those were the ones.
Yeah.
And then everybody got them.
Yeah. Was that when was the what's her name with the ass?
Kim Kardashian.
Kim Kardashian.
Yeah, when was that? Was Kim Kardashian later than the Paris?
Yeah,
Hilton?
I think that was 2003.
Okay.
Yeah. Speaking of that one, there's a funny blooper from Parks and Rec that you can watch on YouTube. It obviously wasn't in.
Oh, I've seen that.
Yeah, where Chris Pratt, they're talking about comeback stories, and they're like talking about people, and he's like, "Oh yeah, that the girl with the big ass," and they're like Kim Kardashian. He's like, "Yeah, Kim Kardashian, the comeback story," and they're like, "I don't," and he's like, "No, I saw the movie. She had cum on her back."
Yeah, they all lose their shit. It's so funny.
Yeah, they all lose their shit.
Oh my god.
I love on one of the blooper reels. He says something like, "He's like, you ever wipe your ass?" And it's just like,
Yeah,
and it never ends. It's just like, it's like you're just wiping a marker.
Yeah, it's like a crayon. Yeah, he's like, wipe more poo, wipe more poo, wipe more poo, wipe still poo. Yeah, that's just hilarious.
Why isn't it going away?
So for next time we do this, Glory Days.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sounds good.
And then what was the other movie we talked about doing?
Rad.
Oh, Rad. Yeah. So we'll do Glory Days next, and then we'll do Rad after that.
Sounds good.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And then we'll go through and then we'll go through all 21 butt slammers after that.
Yes. Yeah. We'll have a marathon. We'll sit down with a bag of popcorn, some butter salt.
And for those 21 episodes, the name of the podcast will be Our Butts Hurt.
Maybe that's why they found all that lube at Diddy's house.
It was a butt slammers marathon.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Oh, it makes too much sense.
Yep. Oh well.
All
All right, gentlemen.
All right, guys. Thanks.
right.
I'll talk to you next time.
All right, sounds good, guys. Talk to you later.
Take it easy.
See ya.
How do I do this shit? I can still hear you. So what do I have to press? Close.